So you want to get into business or be an entrepreneur, start working for yourself, but you have no idea where to start? Well, let's talk about it. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to take an inventory of what it is that you have to offer for whatever this next venture is going to look like, okay? Now, the way that I see it, there's only 4 things that you can leverage when you're starting a new business or trying a new venture like that. The first thing is going to be your time. How much time do you have to put towards something? A lot of business models or a lot of independent ventures are going to just take a lot of your time. These are a lot of these owner-operator, self-employed type of roles. This could even be something like DoorDash or Uber Eats or anything like that, right? You're really just exchanging your time for money, but at least you're doing it on your own schedule, in your own way. You're being your own boss, okay? The next thing that you can exchange for value is expertise. Expertise could be in the form of things that you know or in the form of the relationships that you have. So, for example, if you knew a bunch of people that were excellent at programming, maybe that would be a way that you could leverage their expertise. Or maybe you're very good at programming or designing. That's a way you can leverage your expertise. So that's a skill. And then maybe you sell that out as a service to people as like an independent freelancer or something like that. Okay. The next thing that you can leverage is going to be money. Now, money, this could be something like starting a rental property company or, renting out RVs or boats or cars, anything like that. Areas where there's not a lot of time, there's not a lot of skill, there's not a lot of things like that that are necessary for you to grow or start these businesses, but you're going to need a lot of capital up front to get in the door, okay? So the big 3, the main 3 are going to be your time, your expertise, and your money. And then the 4th one is some type of gap, some type of problem or some type of issue that you see that exists that you can fill. So to give an example for this could be, maybe you're a college student and you run into a problem all the time and there's no on the market solution for that problem. Well, maybe then you don't have a particular skill or particular amount of money or a ton of time, but rather you have an idea that fills a gap that already exists within the current space. Now, these are the fewest and furthest between the hardest types of businesses to start because, let's face it, in the year 2024, most things have already been done. You're going to have to outcompete someone. You're not really going to have to create something from scratch. Pretty much everything has been invented, but not everything, which is why I put that in there and give you that caveat. So you're sitting here, you're listening to this, you're thinking to yourself, okay, well, I've got a little money, I've got a lot of time, I've got medium expertise, and I can't think of some gap that I can fill in the market. So where does that leave me, right? Now we need to find a business model that fits within your skill in those 4 respective sections. So the majority of people are going to be taken out of that 4th section right away. If you don't have some new creative idea that's, figuring something out that's never been done before, then scratch that. Let's worry about the other 3, the main 3. Now you need to look at yourself and you need to take an inventory. Do you have no real particular monetizable skill set? Okay. So we need to lean away from something there. You're not going to do an agency method. You're not going to do copywriting. You're not going to do creative design or freelance design studio. Nothing, because you don't have those skills. Totally fine. Now you're going to look at, okay, do you have money? You don't have any money. Okay, you're not looking to do a rental company. You're not looking to start up a business that is very capital intensive. Same thing, if you don't have much time, you're definitely not looking to do freelance. You're not looking to do, a delivery job. You need something that is more focused on the skills or the money. Now, unfortunately, if you're sitting here watching this video and you have no time, no money, and no skills, you're not ready to start a business. You need to hone one or two of the three of these things, whether that be working your ass off in your 9 to 5 to develop enough or amass enough capital that can be your avenue, or whether it be using your time after work, the small amount of time that you have, to teach yourself a high value skill, then that's the avenue that you're going to take. Or if that's not the best thing for you, then maybe it's stepping away from your existing role or whatever you're currently doing for a certain chunk of your day to give you more time to be able to put into something. Okay. So you're going to have one or two of these things. Like I said, you need to have either time or money or expertise/skill, or know people with expertise/skill. So once you've pinned down which one or two of those you're going to use, I'm going to talk to you about some of my favorite models within each of these three spaces, okay? The first one, if you have a lot of time, not a ton of money, not a ton of expertise, I would look at something like either one, appointment setting. Look at something that, is mostly based on your effort and time. It's just about how hard you can work is going to normally be how much money you can make in a role like that, because the skill itself can be taught very quickly and you can learn that on the job in a lot of places. But a lot of these roles, you're going to be self-directed, but you're going to be commission only, right? You're going to find someone who needs an appointment setter. You're going to step into that role. You're going to be self-appointed. You're going to be commission only. It's kind of like the step before being a closer or a high ticket salesperson. Most people have to pay their dues as a setter first, especially because being a closer is a much higher skill role in terms of experience and all of that. Okay. Now, if you have a lot of time, not a lot of money, not a lot of skill, and you have a car, you could always lean back on something like a DoorDash or an Uber Eats or Uber or Instacart, because although it doesn't sound glamorous, I will even openly say 8, 9, 10 months ago, I was driving DoorDash when I had extra time because I was trying to really make as much money as possible to put towards starting my first real businesses. And this was a great self-directed, easy way I could make essentially uncapped earnings with nothing more than my car and my time. So don't scoff at models like this, especially when you don't have a whole lot of other options at that point. All right, now let's talk about, you have a lot of expertise, but you don't have a lot of time or money. I think you should definitely get into freelancing whatever your expertise is in. If you are a world-class basketball player, you should be coaching people one-on-one in basketball. If you are an excellent web designer or a great creative, you should be doing freelance creative work for people, right? Sell yourself out at a high ticket, use the smaller amount of time, but the lot of expertise that you have to hopefully digitally create something at scale so that you can replicate it for multiple people, for multiple students that you're coaching, and offer some type of coaching program or freelance program that leverages your skills, but isn't going to take up a ton of your time or be very capital intensive to start up. Okay. Now, finally, we have the third section, which is going to be, you have a ton of money, you don't have a lot of time, you don't have a lot of expertise. You should definitely get into some type of rental business. I am very keen on RV rental, boat rental, car rental. If you have the capital to truly get into real estate, like short-term or long-term rental, that could also be a great option. Just understand all of the cost implications of any type of rental business. If you have $100,000 saved up in excess, that doesn't mean you have $100,000 to go buy whatever you're going to rent out. Understand the cost of insuring and upkeeping and maintenance and solving issues and the days when it's not going to be rented, etc. And then also keep in mind what your goal is. Is your goal to build equity for a large exit? Is your goal to build a rental company that you can sell? Or is it to just get a couple rental units or items that you can rent just so that you can start cash flowing a little bit on those particular pieces? Now, most people don't fall into any one of those three categories. Most people fall into a combination of two of the three. For example, medium money, lot of time. Medium skill set, a lot of money. No money, but a lot of time and some skills. That is how you're going to want to pick your business model. The business model that I ended up choosing and why I chose it is called drop servicing. I run and own a home service business. For me, it's a cleaning business. We do interior and exterior cleaning. So that's, housekeeping, carpet shampooing, and then window washing, gutter cleaning, pressure washing, all of these different things. And we do these businesses because it lined up well for me in that I had a medium amount of money. I had a few $1,000s to start up the business, get everything going, pay for some high quality coaching and instruction so I knew exactly what I was doing. I had a medium amount of time. I was working in other roles, but I had enough time to run the business as well. It's not super time intensive, but it's also not something, you can do for an hour a day. You need a little bit more time than that, especially in the startup process. And then I had medium skills in terms of I had experience running teams and operating a business, and I had a little bit of experience with hiring and sales, right? So I wasn't super skilled. I didn't have a ton of money. I didn't have a ton of time. I was kind of medium across the board. And I felt that this was the perfect way to leverage the medium amount of money, the medium amount of time, and the medium amount of skills in a way that was really scalable, that could build me real enterprise value that I could eventually sell and exit, and that also could present me some cash flow. I only started my business now just under 7 months ago, and I am cash flowing over $15,000 a month on the business. The business's actual enterprise value or sale value is over $250,000 already, and it's something that isn't taking up all my time. It's not all consuming. I have this business. I have other businesses. I do other things. I coach students, all of this stuff. And it's all very easy for me to balance and manage it all. Now, obviously, I work a lot, but I work a lot because I choose to. I could just own this home service business, and that would be more than enough to pay for a lifestyle that I want and not require me to work on a million other things as well. So with all of that in mind, if you are someone that falls into the same buckets as me in terms of medium money, you have a few $1,000s, you have a decent amount of time, but not like full-time or more. And then expertise, you have a little bit of sales expertise. You think you could pick things up pretty quickly, or you have a ton of expertise. Again, you can always have more, but having less is hard. I think this could be a great model for you. Other models that I really like. I like the SMMA model, social media marketing agency. It's super saturated is the only problem. That's ultimately why I chose drop servicing, because it's recurring revenue and because it was not nearly as saturated. And then the other model that I like other than that is I do like the wholesaling real estate type of thing where you're basically acting as a middleman or an agent between a buyer and a seller and negotiating a middle price to help this person out, and take some type of agency in the middle. The reason why I like these agency models so much, which is what drop servicing also is because you are not really the one responsible for the execution of the services. You're just connecting two high quality people and then taking your fee in the middle and letting them handle the rest of it. Drop servicing is just a much more simple, easier to start business model and version of these agencies, and it's so much easier to get clients and customers, even though it is slightly lower ticket. So if you are interested in starting a drop servicing business, comment the word clean on this video. I will reach out to you. I'll send you a bunch of free information about how I started mine. If you're in a different alignment in terms of where your time, expertise, and money levels are, I hope this video pointed you in the right direction. And if you are someone who is brand new to business and wants to start something but didn't even have any idea where to start, hopefully this has given you a little bit of transparency around what you should be looking to do and how you should be looking to get there. And if you are someone who doesn't have any of these three things, that is what you need to focus on. You need to focus on either saving money, building skill, or getting some of your time back, or ideally 2 or all 3 of these things. And then you will be on your way to starting your first business or your second business or your third business, whatever it is that you're looking to do. But remember, Diversity is king. You want multiple streams of income. You want to be in a situation where you're not fully reliant on any one vehicle to pay all of your bills and provide everything you're going to need, because you never know when that vehicle could go away. Thank you for your time, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe, smash the like button, and I will see you in the next video.